Hi, I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about the strategies and insights that I have found to be most effective to my future teaching practice. And I related them to my passion in riding horses and jumping. I felt that it was easy for me to relate my insights and strategies to something that was important in my life, and that's one of the things that we've learned in teaching is to make your lessons pertain to your students' lives. So that's what I'm going to start with. The first one, and this is something that we learned on our first night, was the 1 minute managers and safety first, is providing a classroom where your students always feel like they're safe, and actually assigning someone that job in the classroom to make sure that the environment that they're in is safe. And so I related this to my riding helmet, which is something that you would never get on your horse without to keep yourself safe. The second one is the brain-based learning and using explanations, demonstrations, and observations is a way to teach. And this is a book that's kind of like the Bible to equitation and jumping horses. It's from George Morris, and he is actually the coach to the U.S. Olympic equestrian team. So anyone who does what I do with horses has probably read this book and refers to it often in all their things with their horses. The next strategy that was really important to me and what I could really relate to my writing was the jigsaw reading, which was to have your students read different articles and then switch groups and tell the groups the different readings that they had read and give the information about the article instead of having everyone read each article. And it's the same thing that we often would do when we're memorizing courses, when we're getting ready to go in and jump and show, because your course is written out on a paper like this, and oftentimes you're having to memorize numerous courses before you go in. So what we would do is they're posted on the fence and have our friends memorize certain ones, and then we would come together to teach each other rather than trying to memorize them all. And I'll pass this around so you guys can kind of see how confusing it would be if you're trying to memorize numerous courses at a time. A lot of the things within them will look the same, so it's easier to learn from a peer versus sitting down and trying to read it yourselves. The fourth one that really rang true to me was the discussion on the understanding of fine motor and how you can give your parents of your younger students a glove to put on their hand and do like tying the shoe or a fine motor skill. And this rang true to me often because I don't like to wear gloves. And when you're showing, you're supposed to wear gloves. But when I would practice, I never wanted to wear gloves. But then I soon realized that I needed to practice the way that I needed to show so I could, get my fine motor skills used to wearing the gloves. So there's the glove for that. And then the number 5 was film clips. We've used film clips and YouTube and videos numerous times in our classroom, and we use these often in practicing writing as well. We'll film each other and then take them home and watch them and actually critique ourselves and come back with things that we need to work on and things that we need to improve on, and then also say the things that we did well. So this is a big part of our class, is the film clips and how we can learn from film clips. Number 6 was the video we actually watched about Mr. Joe, and that he was always talking. He was always constantly talking to the students and giving them positive feedback and using their names and using a variety of vocabulary words. And this is something that when you're with your horse, you're always talking to them too, whether it be verbally communicating or whether it be using your legs or your hands or different signals that you're using to communicate with them the whole time you're riding and going throughout your course and going to be taking jumps. So I really like that clip of Mr. Joe and his enthusiasm and constant interaction with the students. And then my final strategy was the one that we learned from outside of the classroom, was from Francesca's class, and we were talking about different strategies for when we do our internships. And she talked about always dressing better than the other teachers at the school, and that you haven't quite got the job yet, so to always be there to impress. So with that, I brought my hot coat, which I will not wear to school, but this is a reminder to me to always dress to impress and wear your best attire when you're doing your internship. Okay, and then I'm going to move now to my insights, and I have a lot of pictures to show you from my insights, so hopefully that'll be fun. The first one that I remember we really talked about was how important that eye contact was, and how you always want to be using eye contact